Streets Gourmand is lucky that the world has endless and exciting food possibilities, and we decided to hit Miami to put that theory to the test. We're going to go check out Bayside Marketplace, a little downtown street food, and a comprehensive overview of the Julian Henry Food Hall, an innovative food-centric temple in the heart of downtown. Check out what new flavors we discover and gather tips and tricks for your next trip to Miami.
Hey everybody, this is Jack with Streets Gourmand out here at Bayside Marketplace out here on the west side of downtown Miami. We're right along the shore here, as you can see behind me. So we're checking a couple of things out. It's very live here at night, as you can hear, so it's a little difficult to find quiet spots to do stand-ups, but we'll do our best. So we've got Pier 5 making some noise over here. We've got Lola's over here making some similar noise. A couple of things with Pier 5 are interesting. They have some live dancing, they have some live music as well, so that's really cool. They're pumping it all night, which is nice. It keeps everything consistent here on the, which really essentially a boardwalk. And so we got a couple of drinks. You can just walk right in, get the drinks. If you want food, there's QR codes there, or you can order food and they'll bring them from different places around here, including Ben's Pizza, which we'll show you later in the video.
One of the reasons we chose our hotel's location was its adjacency to Bayside. We were only a few blocks away by foot. From a parking standpoint, we did feel this could be a challenge, but public transportation in the area all have a stop in Bayside, so if you're going to go that route, you'll be hard-pressed to miss it. After Pier 5, it was a quick stroll over to Lola Bar. This Cuban bar sits right along the promenade with our backs to the harbor. Now, we appreciate the Lola Bar menu. It's got accompanying photos that go along with each of the drinks, so you get to see what you're going to order. The drinks are colorful, lively, and very befitting of a tourist spot. And in the end, we went in for the My Latin Girl and the Caprahana. Both drinks were excellently made. And for small bites, we went in for El Paso tacos. This was a perfect accompaniment to the night. The tacos were very juicy and really hit the spot. We have to emphasize that for Pier 5 and Lola Bar, there was just tons of activity into the night. It's a lively place no matter what day you go, so expect to have fun. So like us, if you're just looking to go out, grab a drink, and get some atmosphere, you won't go wrong any time of the week. And if we didn't mention before, it is quite warm there in Miami, even at night. There's not a lot of variations between day and night, so we went in for some ice cream. And this little delicious stand here, we went in for 1 scoop of mojito and 1 scoop of pina colada, and that definitely hit the spot for the night.
To top everything off at the end of the night, we went over to Ben's Pizza. Thank goodness they're still open. It's kind of getting late here, but this is one of the few places that we found in Miami generally that are still open really late at night. So
Ben's Pizza has its roots in March 2022, a purely family-run shop with the son of a pizza family starting his own and naming it after his son.
we went to the storefront instead of going out to the stand out in the front. So we're gonna give it a go. We got a Ben's Classic, $6, really can't beat that. Right next to you as you go outside the store, there's a bit of olive oil and a couple of hot peppers, so just shook out on some of there, but it really looked really good. So we're gonna give it a go. 1 second. Oh yeah. Late night, you know, hit up Lola's just down the street here. Had a couple of drinks. This is really topping it off right here. So definitely hit Ben's Pizza if you're out here at Bayside Market for a little late night snack as you go. Still open, it's almost midnight. It's still open, you gotta like that. I'm signing off here from Bayside Marketplace out here on the west side of downtown Miami, right along the shore here. So it was a great spot. You get to see a lot of the boats coming in and out. There's party boats, there's fishing boats, there's expedition boats. So that was kind of fun to see them come in and out here. If you're looking for a place with a lot of great shops, a lot of small shops, you're gonna find a little bit of everything here. So bring your cash with you. You're gonna have a good time. as far as everything that you saw tonight, we saw that we went over to Pier 5, we went over to Lola's, and then we went over to Ben's. So I think we rounded out a really good kind of set of things here. So definitely a great place to come hang out. It's really live compared to downtown Miami, where it's a bit quiet. In fact, some of the places closed that we were going to try to head to tonight, so we wound up staying here. So hey, no big deal, just roll with the punches, got to make do. We still had a great time, got to hear some live music.
In all streets gourmand fashion, of course, we always keep our eyes out for street food, but we were kind of surprised that Miami didn't have a ton of options for street food. And that's why we put a lot of emphasis on Julie and Henry. However, for breakfast one morning, we were lucky to have this empanada shop that was making fresh empanadas. The smell was wonderful. They had a small little cafe inside, but we decided to eat on the street with a queso empanada and a pork potato mixture in the second empanada. The other thing to note is that rains are normal in Florida. For anybody who's visited before, you know this. So rain come and goes. Even though the sun was out a minute ago, it could rain any other second.
This is Julie and Henry's in downtown Miami, and what we're doing is checking out this food scene here. You're seeing this glass elevator behind me with all of its wines. There's a DJ playing right behind me here. We're out here on a Saturday night, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. This building is really amazing. It's a lot of core and shell. It was built in 1936, a lot of history here, and we're gonna go check it out. Let's go explore.
All right, so we went over to a place that we looked up online as well called J Wong. I think the Peruvian ceviche. It's a mixture of Asian fusion along with traditional Peruvian. This one is called Terradito al Ají Amarillo, and I know I'm screwing that up. Screwing up this one too, but it's a really beautiful. I watched them make it fresh in front of me. They took their time, which is I really kind of appreciate that. You got your pine nuts in here. You've got here the amarillo and onion, cilantro, and your protein, which is your fish. So I just washed her in the face with citrus. Got a little stutter there. But a lot of vinegary taste, a lot of pickling taste, a lot of citrus, all combined together with the protein. So you're gonna kind of really wake it up by that. And then I didn't notice this before, but there's now a diet Ethan Cola, which is 0 calories. So awesome if they had that as well. Nice and ice cold. So I'm gonna sit here and enjoy this, listen to the music. There's a live DJ in the background. I don't know if you can see him above me. Kind of blasting music out across all 3 floors of the facility here. Really cool. It sets the vibe, sets the tone. A lot of people coming in and out. We can change seats around, which I kind of like as well. So you can kind of change your position and your angle as you eat things. I'm going to sit here and enjoy that.
All right, so we've done a walk around. So what's interesting about this building, a little bit of background for Julie and Henry's here in downtown Miami, is that it is actually an old building that was built in 1936. It's comprised of over 5 floors if you count the rooftop. I'm not sure if that's a 6th floor or roof, but we've explored the first 3 floors. So the ground level, 2nd and 3rd. We're sitting on the 3rd floor right now. And as we always do, want to make sure that we saw everything, kind of get a gut check of exactly what we wanted to eat. So one thing I want to do is, coming off of a plane today, I want to make sure I got something nice and fresh. So we went to Rozu. Rozu is a mixture of Peruvian and Asian mixtures. It's a very fusion poke approach. So the chef kind of prides himself on that. So I got basically a lot of ceviche, a lot of different types of pickling items in here. And so this has been very delicious. So the other thing that we wanted to try here, we looked on the website before we came with a place called Cinchetti. And Cinchetti makes Venetian tapas, so Italian tapas, and something we really want to do when you're in Miami. So one is you've got a nice salmon here. You've got an eggplant, kind of bruschetta with pesto sauce and mozzarella, and a potato croquette. And so nice and hot here. They had a variety of different ones, but these are the ones we landed on, so we're gonna give these a go. We're gonna start with the salmon. That's as close as in front of me.
delicious, very nice and oily. It's a bit aged. Crostini is just perfectly done. We're gonna try the eggplant next. So you see a bit of the eggplant, a bit of red pesto. It looks like almost like a red pesto and a green pesto. The eggplant's very good. It's a very subtle taste, so don't expect too much. You're really getting hit with the pesto. And also the tomatoes seem to be dropped into a sauce and kind of very soft because of that. So they might be partially cooked. And now we're going to try our potato croquette. Me with the big bites. I can take a small one apparently. This is probably one of the best potato croquettes I've had. The filling is a really well done mix of both potato and cheese. It's perfectly cooked. I'm just like swimming with cheese and oil in it, so it's really good, and spices. So very good, very nice combination. So pretty happy with pancetta.
One aspect we did appreciate about Julian Henry was that they had tabletop cookbooks and travel books scattered throughout each floor. You are definitely encouraged to peruse and to purchase. So I could totally see myself finding a nice quiet nook and enjoying those books, maybe making some notes. There are just so many of them around. And we found that different times of the day have different vibes, so they're ranging from a quiet food palace to a lively club-like atmosphere. Now, Julian Henry's is interesting. It's actually named after Julia Tuttle and Harry Flagler. Both are considered to be the father and mother of Miami. And so this entire building is considered a project, converting this very historic building into a place of good food and good drinks and experiences.
So a couple of notes before we actually leave the site. So we already had our food. It was quite delicious. Really great place. I'm really digging the vibe. We sat for quite a bit just to kind of understand the lay of the land here and how they do things, because we compare it a lot to our Anaheim packing house. And so I'm really digging the food hall scene. I think a lot of you are, right? So places like this are just really vibrant. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of things to try out. You can probably come back here 4 or 5 times, honestly, and probably not have the same thing ever twice. So a couple of notes on the foods that we went. We did hit up 3 different places. The first was called Rozu, which was the Peruvian Asian fusion poke place. That was quite good. It was $20 for a bowl, and you can pretty much pick all of your toppings. It was quite a large bowl, as you saw. And then the second place was the Venetian tapas place called Sanchetti. And we wanted to make sure that you knew that those were each $5 for each of the tapa out there that you saw. So the plate that you saw there was $15. So one thing we're finding is that things that they're actually serving are not on the menu online. So in a way, I don't know how good the website is if you're going to find different items if you're here, right? So with Jaewong, for example, they had tiradito with ají amarillo. That was that last ceviche dish, the real tradition Peruvian one. That one was not on the digital menu at all. So I went back and I had to take a photo of the menu itself because that was something that wasn't there. It's a very traditional dish, so you can actually find what it's made out of. But again, something that wasn't really on the online menu. So just consider that. Come here, be surprised. I mean, that's really what it's about. Kind of take a look around. Really definitely make sure you want to make that walkthrough. You see what you're kind of in the mood for. That ceviche is something I've never had before. It was full of citrus. It was full of vinegar. Just very tangy, very citrus and mouth-watering, even just describing it right now. So really good food.
And before we leave for the night, stick around. We want to show you a full walkthrough of Julian Henry's from floor to floor. That way you really get a sense of what they're doing here. We were very excited by it, as you can tell, and we're very excited for all of you to go visit and try it out. So watch our walkthrough, and we'll be right back. As we learned a bit more about the place, we found that each of the floors have a different vibe. The basement, although closed on our visit, is a hi-fi music floor and supposedly home to some of Al Capone's early activities back in the day. The first floor is more of a marketplace vibe with open stalls and plenty of open seating. It also gives you an unobstructed view of the impressive wine selection. The second floor is more activity-oriented with mini stages for kids to play. We found the third floor was more international with craft cocktail bar in one of its corners. The fourth and fifth floor, not readily open to the public, is listed as music and podcast studios. And the rooftop bar, although not open until later in the evening, was really only accessible from what we saw from the outside queue. We hope you enjoyed this comprehensive overview of this innovative food hall.
All right, this is Jack signing off right outside of here, Julianne Henry's in downtown Miami. It's actually a very beautiful night. It's actually kind of mild. It's a little humid, but it's Miami, it's Florida. We're actually standing next to the beautiful Olympia Theater as well. Nothing's going on here tonight, but it's got a beautiful facade. So Julianne Henry's is really a great find. A really fun place. As far as food halls go, I mean, this is one of the ones that you want to definitely look at. The little quirks that they had, the nooks and crannies, the amount of different vendors. I really love that they had the open spacing for seating. You can basically sit anywhere. You don't have to be beholden because you're at the one storefront. All the tables were pretty much are free. They sold a lot of foodie related goods. So there was Phaedon type of coffee table books, which are amazing. They had things like preserves there, pickling that you can buy as well. So they had food product and little retail areas. It's really neat. You can explore a little bit. So definitely if you're out here in downtown Miami, you really want to explore this spot because it's really going to have a lot of that stuff that you're looking to do. The pricing was actually really good as well. So you're going to be able to sample things for not a lot of cost. I think that's also a great way of kind of handling things here. So all in all, just a great thing. Definitely come and check it out. I can't wait to come back again. It was really a really fun time here on a Saturday night. And again, we thank all of you for liking and subscribing All Things All Streets Gourmand, and we'll see you on the next one.